to provide information to people when it wasn't available before, to offer those who want it a choice. The
FUKK
News Network.
This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers.
And representing Scumbag, we have Mike, Prick, Vivian, and Neil.
Vegetable rights and peace.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Poor family of Keth. SHMACKEMAGOB.
SHMACKEMAGOB, it's time for the only news that matters, and I want to thank Jonathan Nieves Collin for that great SHMACKEMAGOB intro with the Paul Stanley of Keth. And if you want to send a SHMACKEMAGOB intro to the news, please send it to this email right here. Alright, let's get into the only news that matters. Megadeth released a statement that says, "We are informing our fans that David Ellefson is no longer playing with Megadeth and that we are officially parting ways with him. We do not take this decision lightly. While we do not know every detail of what occurred with an already strained relationship, what has already been revealed now is enough to make working together impossible moving forward. We look forward to seeing our fans on the road this summer, and we cannot wait to share our band's new music with the world. It is almost complete." Notice he says they don't know all the details. I think this is a mega bitch move. This is him catering to the damn cancel culture. I had arguments already with people trying to tell me different. Has nothing to do with that. It's because of business, and because of this, it's because of that. Bullshit. And in the statement it says that they already had a strained relationship. And people were saying, yeah, you got to remember David Ellefson sued him and all this stuff. Yeah. But after all that happened, he brought him back to the band. And mind you, they almost have an album complete where David Ellefson did all the bass on it. Why would they keep him in the band if there was some strained relationship? This is all bullshit. This has everything to do with that FaceTime video he did. And I will admit, it's stupid what he did, but we live in an age where everybody online, everybody loves to put everybody guilty without really knowing all the facts. We don't know all the facts. Now, if everybody's saying what is true about Ellefson, he was grooming her, he's a pedophile, this and that, yeah, I agree, kick him out. But we don't know the facts. We just don't. People want to assume, and then there's people out there saying, well, he's almost 60 and she's 19. So what, really? So what? Who are you to judge? It's legal. After 18, it's legal. And mind you, he was talking to her when she was 16 or 17, and nothing sexually was talked about till she was 19. Why did he do anything between 18 and 19? She was already legal at 18 years old. I don't know all the facts. I'm not saying that he's a pedophile. I'm not saying he's not. But I am not going to hang somebody without a conviction. And I think what Dave Mustaine did was bullshit. And mind you, very hypocritical. Remember what he said when they kicked him out of Metallica?
I look up and I see the four of them. They said, "You're out of the band." And I said, "What? No warning? No second chance?"
Yeah, no warning, no second chance for Ellefson as well. This is pure cancel culture woke shit. Again, I will stress, man, I don't know all the facts, and Megadeth, Dave Mustaine, actually said in the statement that he doesn't know all the details of what occurred, and yet he fires him. That's proof enough, you know? And there was no strained relationship. I don't believe that for a fucking second, because he was in the band, and now he fires him after this whole controversy happens, and he's trying to say other things were led to it. Bullshit. Dave Mustaine's a bitch. Seriously. He should be a man and rename the new album F cancel culture, Junior stays. And for everybody out there that says, well, he's married, he cheated on his wife. Okay, that's between him and his wife. There again, we don't know if it's not an open relationship. I'm not saying it is. Could be. We don't know the facts, but everybody's so quick to judge. And then there's people that say, well, he's almost 60 and he's fucking around with some girl that's younger than his daughter. Okay, moral police. Stick that morality up your ass. And then there's the people that say he was grooming her. Yet when she turned 18, he didn't say nothing sexually to her until she turned 19. Now, am I saying he didn't groom her? No, I'm not saying he didn't, but I'm not saying he did either. Because I am not that quick to judge somebody. I stand by what I say. This whole thing has to do with that woke generation, cancel culture bullshit. Dave Mustaine is not a man. He should have stepped up. Everybody needs to step up to this cancel culture shit and stop this nonsense already. But Dave just fed into it. Cancel culture sells, and Dave's buying. Next story. Black Sabbath initial aim to include saxophone player and slide guitar player in their lineup, making the outfit a six-piece band. As lead guitarist Tony Iommi recalls on a new episode of Backstage the Devil in Metal podcast. In fact, the group rehearsed this configuration before taking the Black Sabbath name. As hardcore fans likely know, back when Iommi, Ozzy, Geezer, and Bill first came together in 1968 as the Polka Toke Blues Band, later shortening it to Polka Toke, then changing it to Earth, the band features saxophonist Alan Clark and slide guitarist Jimmy Phillips. According to Iommi, when the act ultimately chose to strip down to the core four, a move that precipitated the final name change. Man, it would have sucked for me because Black Sabbath is my favorite band. But I hate instruments you blow into. I just can't stand it. There are a few exceptions, like the song Monster from the Cultosaurus Erectus album from Blois to Cult. I love the saxophone that comes in there. And there's a couple songs here and there, but for the most part, no, I hate it. And one of the worst Black Sabbath songs, in my opinion, is Breakout off Never Say Die. That features a saxophone. Anyway, thank God it didn't happen, and they ended up getting rid of those two guys and formed the greatest band that ever existed in my world. Next story. Former Kiss guitarist Vinnie Vincent spoke to the Rock Experience with Mark Brune about his plans to finally release some of his previously unheard music that was recorded over the course of the last 3 decades. Vinnie said, "I would have to say in good conscience and honesty that I'm very impressed with what I'm hearing, and I'm blown away. I'm finally able to say it's a new era for Vinnie Vincent music being released this next 12 to 18 months, and I'm so proud to be able to say that as things start to open up and there are tours again, you can bet that I'll be out there." Oh, I ain't gonna bet. I love how he says good conscience and honesty. If you really had good conscience and honesty, you would have mailed out those box sets that people paid for, and then when you came out after 20 years, you said, well, I'm sending all those people 2 box sets. That was about 3 years ago, right? Anyway, I don't even care. I think Vinnie Vincent sucks without Kiss, but that's my personal musical opinion. I think his best work was when Gene and Paul controlled him. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Vinnie Vincent's invasion. All right, final story. Def Leppard's Rick Allen had an art show down here in Florida. And the flyer says, Rick Allen and his fine art. A special event featuring Rick Allen's Legend series. You know, if I was Rick Allen's manager, I can cause so much hype with this, and I would change that flyer where it would say Rick Allen and his fine arm. Now, I know some of you are going, oh man, that's offensive. Hey man, hear me out. Don't get so quickly offended, because this is a positive thing if I was to manage this guy. Because think about it, he does have a fine arm. The guy plays drums with one arm. He does paintings with one arm. And not that this is cool, actually this is terrible, but it also shows you his arm has multi-features. He once beat up his wife in an airport with that one arm. Not cool, but at the same time, that's one fine arm that is able to do drums, paintings, and bashing his wife's head against the wall. Not cool though, I don't think that's cool, but at the same time, that arm can do a lot of things. Though I really do miss his other arm that was severed off in the car accident, because that's the Def Leppard I like. I don't like any Def Leppard after Pyromania, so hey man, long live 10-arm Def Leppard. Alright, that's it for the news. If you like to donate, I got a PayPal below. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and check out my podcast, the VIERA, and the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast, and Rockin' Pod in Nashville this year, August 6th to 10th or something. I'll be there. If you live in the Nashville area, come to the Rockin' Pod and say hi. I would love to meet any of you that are listening to my voice now. And if you hate me, come up to meet me too. I'll laugh in your face. So stay frosty, my friends, and SHMACKEMAGOB.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain.